The Natal Education Department was one of the finest departments in South Africa. So I started in 1967 as a music inspector. I was very young. Music as a subject had been phased out before my arrival by a committee. So the first thing that came to mind was to start instrumental teaching. And we eventually managed to establish a youth orchestra. During that year of 1967, I had a phone call from the Free State Inspector, Hein de Villiers, where he strongly urged me to look at the Free State Youth Choir and establish a similar choir in Natal. We were actually pioneers, because when we took over, in the respective provinces, we just saw opportunities to start a provincial youth choir. Has many problems. The team that I had was so great. There were co-conductors. Piet Snyman came, Andries Wasserman. We had to make do with typing land phones. And we had to print the music and send it out almost to every member of the choir, addressed in my own handwriting, and the other co-conductors' handwriting assisted me. Throughout, it was a mammoth task. Toe by die Natalse jeugkoor gekom het, kon ek die eerste toepassing kry met van koor regering met sangers wat wil sing. The choir was established in 1967. It was a wonderful group. They came from about 12 high schools. And I don't recognize myself from the photo. And the members really developed friendships there. The members had to get on a train Friday evenings and then arrive the next morning in Pietermaritzburg. Start a Saturday rehearsal in which you had to work very hard because they had to catch the train back that same night. The design and the origin of the badge has its own history. And you'll notice that the badge first displayed the Natal Schools Choir. In 1974, I managed to have it changed to youth choir, but not after a little bit of pushing. I remember our first highlight was a combined concert in Oranje Macy's High School in Bloemfontein. And I'm a bit proud about it.
Lovely.
The Free State Choir didn't get such a good, criticism, but our choir was absolutely lauded. I also wrote a letter to the Roman Catholic Monsignor, and they invited us to perform at a papal audience. Now that takes place Wednesdays when the Pope is there, when he addresses the crowds. And the Pope came over to us. The choir was absolutely overwhelmed. When it was over, the director of the Vatican recording studio, came to me and said, "Why don't you come around and do a recording?" And right behind, I never knew it existed, behind the big, enormous Vatican of the recording studio.
So it's the inside of the city itself, the Vatican City.
So we recorded the religious part of our program, and then months later I got a letter from the Vatican to say, here is the program of the radio station. It was broadcasted to every country in the world.
Wonderful.
So it was a stunning thing. I must tell you also that there was a taxi strike.
No, that's a lovely story.
Yeah.
We nearly missed it.
Yes.
Mario Monterreggi
Yes.
toured with us. Came and said, we won't be able to go to the Vatican. And then Mario said, but let me speak to the taxis. And I know he bribed them. We allowed all the members of the choir to roam and roam.
Yes.
In other words, the cultural experience was a factor.
Yes.
The stories that came back,
Yes.
it was to me the real success of the story. Amazingly, when we toured to Italy
Yes.
for the Loreto Festival,
Yes.
I had in the choir a quintet of string players from the Natal Youth Orchestra that also wanted to sing in the choir
Yes.
because of the wonderful spirit they experienced there. Piet Snyman walked a path with me, made a huge contribution. He liked to write his own stuff. We often programmed some of his compositions. Now he's 80, my sincere congratulations, Piet. And I hear you still play the organ at Westfield Church. Bravo. Oor toere was dit vir my van kardinale belang. Dat ons 'n provinsiale toer doen van ten minste 8 tot 10 konserte. En ons het die Polle wat vandag Pollequani is ons vir 'n toer. En dink is op daardie toer wat ek toevallig die huidige dirigent het eendag aan my genoem dat hy die koor gehoor en besluit hy wil dirigent word van die koor. Dis nou Gerard de Toy, ja. En verstommend dat hy die koor so pragtig aan die gang gehou. Trouwens nie een van die ander, die Vrystaatse jeugkoor het nie oorleef nie.
Ja.
Maar die Natalse jeugkoor is vandag, ek tel in jare 50 oud.
Ja.
Ek dink dit is ongelooflik. Het is heeltemal anders as vandag, waar daar sulke geweldige spanne agter kore is en orkeste. Het is heeltemal 'n ander storie. Dit is 'n man alleen storie gewees met hulp van ander.
Ja.
I must tell you what the youth choirs today do. It wasn't possible in my time.
Yes.
It was too difficult.
Yes.
Because of the constraints, such as no telephones, no this and that.
Yes.
And KZN Youth Choir is an example where bridges can be built. It can to overcome cultural differences.
Yes.
Ons is baie trots op die mense wat teruggeploeg het en kan onthou waar hulle eerste inspirasie vandaan kry. Hoop ek.